time.
What's that?
You're gonna have to reconnect to the live. I accidentally pressed something and it restarted it. So you'll have to do it on your phone.
Okay.
But it's okay because today has been a series of fucking problems.
Yeah, no kidding. So,
Go to Tideway. Go to their live. Standard
now.
Dad.
Thank you.
Yep.
So we give it a second. So now it's there. But now we're going to throw it in again because you see how it's not absorbed it there?
Apologize. We are all still learning how to do this, which, by the way, if anybody knows how to do webcam stuff, and I don't mean like OnlyFans. Don't be weird.
So that was the way to fix something like that.
No, yeah. And actually, like with some of the, like if this were like a straight burl, I would actually keep some of like the sawdust, and I would actually mix it up with the gel, pack it in there, and then it actually ends up looking just like a burl. So this stuff is just a catalyst that instant sots. I found out when my son was actually doing the toothpick bridge building for like the science Olympiad in elementary school. They would use this to make the connections instant during the competition. And I was like, oh, that's pretty freaking cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get a little bit more in here. We're almost there. And yeah, it's just a really nice thing to be able to have because a lot of times you'll get like little wormholes in some of the burls, and you don't always want to keep them there, even if they're natural. So this fills them right in. Okay.
Thought I had it shaking here, but I didn't.
Okay, so
It's a very apropos place for that. Shout out to Phoenix Abrasives. As always, they are the provider for our belts. Shout out to Custom Engravers also, who will be doing, I'm sure most of you have seen how Dad has maker's marks on his knives. This one does not have the maker's mark on it. I don't have a knife with the maker's mark on it because they're all put away.
But yeah, there you go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, you kind of feel the knobblies here. And all we're going to do is we're going to take those off.
Knobblies is the technical term.
It is, there's a quiz later.
Knobblies.
It's an essay answer, not a...
Yeah.
But you can see now too, we're actually, it's actually not as much of a gap anymore. In fact, it looks like a gap, but your fingernail doesn't go in there.
Oh, when we wrap, it's not going to fill in.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just go ahead and clean that up. You can actually get that on the small wheel over there. So,
Let's look at
and then
Scott.
we can set up with
Scott's impressive work. Look at that. And do you see that grind line? Look at that. Just a little wobbly. But it's good. Showing them your grind line. You're doing good. You're doing the best. You're the best around, Scott. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. All right. It went from being nice and cool down here to being 10,000 degrees. All that fan is doing is pulling in warm air.
As you get flatter, it's going to take longer to see the same result. But also, vary your pressure level. You might not have to put enough
So Brian is
pressure
working
to
on the
affect the whole
contour
thing.
again.
Like doing a big
He's working on the inner part of his handle. That looks like where like the finger well might be. Kind of hard to see. But he's just like radiusing it down nice and smooth.
It's going to take longer to go up, but now you're not grinding a quarter inch, you're grinding an inch. Eventually you'll be grinding 2 inches. Alright? So that's part of the kitchen grinding. It's a pain in the ass, but there's a reason it costs more.
You know, taking care of those knobblies or whatever that is.
He's taking care of knobblies.
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 Yeah. Still working on the secondary bevel, or? Looking good. The painter's tape's right here. Dad?
Awesome, thank you. Is that helping, Katie? Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
You have both Caden and you have Scott attached to those little metal contraptions.
Yeah.
Can I see this real quick? Can I see real quick? So he has these attached.
Yep.
Why do you have those attached to the knives?
So, actually, go ahead and work. Come on over here.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and work.
So, I learned to bevel grind freehand, which means you basically are holding the angle against the platen manually. With hammer forging, you typically hammer in at least part of the bevel, and that helps you kind of establish an initial angle. So really all you have to do is try and keep it flat and watch all the hammer marks slowly disappear. If you're doing stock removal, one of the ways that can actually make it easier is if you can hold a fixed angle, you can kind of relax a little bit more and enjoy the experience. If you have a model that you want to reproduce again, closer to tolerances, we document the angles for a lot of our very popular production blades, and so we have a good starting point. Each one's going to be adjusted individually just because we're not using like CNC tolerances, so there's definitely still art to it. But these just really help us maintain a fixed angle, and we can adjust on the fly as we need to.
So
with
unscrew it a little bit. Let's see, because we can see that the angle of this little piece here changes as he like unscrews it. So
we can actually do the holes are drilled mirror image. So when we do on one, we have to do on the other side. And this makes it really nice for consistency. And when it comes to teaching workshops, it allows, I believe, the participants to relax a little bit more and not have to worry about if they're trying to hold something manually here, and just kind of enjoy the whole experience. Yeah, I'm glad I did get to learn old school, but I really like being able to have some of the new school in there too. Funny story, these used to be fixed, but I couldn't keep my freaking hands off it when I wasn't even thinking about it, and I'd always end up adjusting it without realizing it. So now, we have the Chuck failsafe.
again, we've said this once and we will say it every other time. Murphy is definitely a resident in our household. So
sometimes in evil spirits.
Well, we're definitely haunted, so.
True. I am wrapping up one of our sharpness tests right now. Super lightweight freehand, but in freehand, and we're going to try cutting them as part of the sharpness test. If the blades are sharp enough, they will cut through rather than just push. So, these are like, air biscuits. It should be an interesting fun test. Are you all set for your
Take a look at it.
Ooh, yeah, let me see. Oop, I just poked myself a little.
All right, so what we're going to be doing here is we're actually going to be, we want to fill that in a little bit more there. But yeah, I like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill that in, get that little knobbly knocked off. And then we're
Knobbly.
Yeah.
That's, again, a
I
technical
know,
term.
It is. And then we're going to have you do the smoothing it out and polishing it, and then we'll go ahead and do the wrap to fill the handle out.
Okay.
Looking good though. So let me grab the gel fill again, and we'll get that done. Do you have a consensus on handle?
No, actually, nobody has even made a comment about the handles yet.
I'm very sad.
That's why I was saying we might need to do a poll. I was going to do it on my phone. I don't know how to do it, a poll. Yeah, for these. So I just keep showing them to people. But I think that what we might need to do is run a poll on the Tribal Edge site so that you guys can see and choose. Maybe give you a couple of days to figure it out. I know that Nick... I don't know how to say his last name. Brisnino. I feel like that's the fish. But either way, I know that he's a big fan of overvoting. Hi, Jeremy. Okay, so you might actually be the first one. So we are trying to figure out what handles we should put on these knives. These are the KMZ Hybrid and the KMZ. This is what the original was. This one is mine. So we have an acrylic hybrid. This one is probably my personal favorite because it kind of looks steampunky. And I feel like he could probably do both of them out of the same. So anyways, there's an acrylic hybrid burl with honeycombs. And I'm not exactly sure what the other pieces are in there. But then the black and purple and gold honeycomb. This is also a favorite, the green one. This is a big favorite. Actually, Dad has knives made out of this sort of material or this sort of resin. It's really cool because it's got like the glitter. It's multicolored. Kind of reminds me of like a poison or I don't know. It's just pretty cool. And then we have our 2 wood. So we're looking at, you like this one, and you said the second and the fourth one? The honeycomb and the resin. Yeah. I kind of agree with you on that. And I feel like they're close enough in relation to each other that like this is purple, green, gold, and black. Purple, green, gold, and black and blue. Like, I think.
Either take a look at the different designs and give me an idea.
Ooh, you got the KMZ one out. Nice.
Yeah, I got mine out. So, Jeremy actually says that 2 and 4 are his favorite.
2
and 4.
Okay.
So, 4 of these so far. 2 and 4.
Okay, so let's do.
And then you said which wood one? Steve Perry says the last blue one. So do you mean this one, Steve? Yay!
Yeah, this one?
Hold on, I'm trying to check the comments. Left one on the lighter one. If we're gonna pick a wood one, he says Jeremy likes this one.
Yeah.
Steve likes the last blue one. That's what he said. So I'm just waiting to hear if this is the one that he's talking
So I was
about.
thinking we could actually just make like scroll marks on it.
Yeah.
If they have a red pen in here.
Speaking of, we were waiting for Steve Perry.
Steve Perry, would you like to see an update, sir?
After you tell us which handle you
That's
want,
right. We're holding it hostage.
you have to tell us which. You have to pick 2 handle materials, Steve.
That's the cost of the update.
On to the update. All right. So whenever you're ready to get Steve's thing out.
All right. Well then, let's come on over here. So Steve, like I IM'd you earlier, I wanted to see if I could get more color out of that Damascus because, you know, redneck skin's my favorite. So I did a couple more coffee etches and polishes and coffee etches. So this is the counterbalance.
Thank you, Steve. I'm actually going to take this over here so I can take a look at it. Steve Perry says the first or the last blue one.
Okay.
So the big one and the fourth one. So this is the counterbalance.
So far, the acrylic blue swirl has two.
All right.
All right. Now, for the big boy, I'll go ahead and
Set that. Now you got that. Beautiful. Oh.
I'm gonna
Steve
hand this
says-
off to Kira in just a minute here.
He said nice etch on the counterbalance. And I'm gonna take this
There's
and we're
that.
gonna lean it up so we can get a good close up. Look at the definition on that.
Alright, let me see it when it's double. That looks good. That's what I was looking for.
There you go. Oh, just set that there. And then,
And now this is the bane of my existence and the love of my life now. I'm just so happy how this turned out. I'm ecstatic, actually.
I'm actually really excited to see Steve playing with it
I know, right?
because it feels amazing.
Yeah, it just is. I was actually able to get it contoured really well. I'm probably happiest with this handle of all three I've done so far. That's about how it's going to sit in there once it's anchored.
The blade is gorgeous. I want it now.
So yeah, and it'll be 72 inches tip to stern when we're done.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm planning on getting this glued up this coming week. We've been prepping for our Forged in Fire event, so that's been kind of taken up this week. But we're on the road to finish. I'm excited. Anyway, that's your quick update. Get this safe again.
God, it's warm in here.
It is warm in here. There's lots of bodies.
I was hoping that that half, he says the half is perfect. So I don't know what that is. H-A-N-T. He says thank you.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you. This has been an awesome challenge.
Hey, sweetheart. You good? I can't hear you. Come over here. You can come over here. You can come over here. It's okay. You talk to me. It's on. No, it's fine. You're not. You don't.
Here, Otto.
Hey, how's it going? You aren't on camera. It's fine. So yeah, it's right on the coffee table. Steve, you're gonna have to send me some informational videos on how to use the thing properly so that I can test them out for you before he sends them to you. Yeah, you see that laugh.
Damn it, Steve, now she's gonna want one.
I do. I think it's not fair. Every time he gives a knife or sells a knife, I'm like, yeah, but he could have given that to me. It could have been my knife. That could be my spear.
Damn, make you a Lance daughter.
Steve goes, I laughed right along with Chuck. You would not believe the collection of knives I actually have because I go, oh, I really like that.
That's true. I resemble them.
How are we doing, Scott?
Good.
Oh, beautiful.
Looks amazing. Have you done the other side yet, or are you still working on the one side?
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
it, but now I gotta do the mount here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you still stop where you're gonna stop, right? Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna start forming your funny line distance. So now the question is, how do you get it right here, but right there? That's why the challenge is Yep, because all of this thickness now is your shoe end, and then you don't want to ride back. You have people that start recording that, that your hand is going to come behind you. But you want that though because you want that weight off. No one wants to have a thickness that's not clean, right? And you want this to be, except a wide surface, you have to be very careful on the grind because on a wide surface like this, usually it gets mucked up with the layer. I noticed that. But you're doing great. Seriously. And we're still probably going to have to adjust as we go. That's to be expected. And look at, you're driving that point back. And you think this ends up being different? You still X level it. So that's okay. You do great. This is not an easy design. Nice, very nice. Hey, Ray, Brian? Yep. All right, let's keep going here. I'm going to push it right over here. And we're going to start with 220. We're going to get a force. And we're going to need a welding clamp and a little piece of leather like we used in the lights. What's that? No, that's fine. That's it. That's the one. Okay, and we're just going to clamp here. I like to go on the corner because that way you can move around it a little bit easier.
So what are we doing over here?
So what we're doing right now is we're actually going to clamp this down to a corner so that he can actually do the palm sanding to kind of true everything up. So we're going to go through 220, 400, 800, and then we're going to do a polish, and then to fill out the handle a little bit, to make it a little bit beefier, we're going to do a paracord wrap, and then paint that paracord wrap with G-Flex so it absorbs into the fibers and then hardens, and it will be, I jokingly call it poor man's micarta. It's just a really great, grippy, tough handle, and that's what we're going to do with it. Alright, so I always like to put a piece of leather around the blade though so we don't end up scratching the blade accidentally when we clamp it. There we go. Alright, there you go. We grab you a couple pads. Yep. If you need more, just grab them.
Okay.
But we're going to start with 220 per side. And because this isn't going to be like the finished handle, because we're going to wrap it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Gotcha.
So it should be good to go.
All right.
I'm just really happy with how this one turned out.
I know I brought this up earlier. I was holding them both, that one and this one. Can I see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this way, so they can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, this
This
was the
is-
prototype.
Yeah, what is the thickness?
This one is 5/32, and this one is 1/8 inch. This is 80 CRV2. I did 52/100 for this one, but I wanted yours to be, because it was a proof of concept, I wanted yours to be a little bit beefier.
Yeah, and I was saying
And
I'm
it's a
probably
one-off.
going to use it
Yeah.
for a lot of like camping stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, it's important, and I also have very big hands. So I actually like the heft
Yeah.
and the thickness of the steel too.
Steve likes his
so.
beefy handles too. Meat hammers.
Meat hammers. Oh, we are. I'm just glad you're here, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
A little bit. Always try to blend it at the same time. That'll give you a good indication of where you're at. Otherwise, if I don't do that, sometimes when I'm running my finger over it, I'll find like a little bit of a deep spot there. Even if it's not perception, your fingertips will feel it and go, ha ha! That's looking really good. I like it. And the big tell for me is you flip it forward and you don't do that. The big tell for me is that this line continues to move back. Because everything is now tapering. When you see that, everything is tapering from here back. What I would do, let me flip it over one for me. I would flip it now because we're gonna be the closer you get, the more you're gonna be side to side switching. Bring this side back to there. And then once we evaluate, we'll be in.
When are you gonna be coming over to hang out for a workshop, Jeremy? Like, what's going on? You remember Jeremy from the yeah?
I'll get you over here one of these days. I get to play in the shop a little.
Maybe be on a live.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this back over here.
Okay, you're fine. So we have one.
This weekend won't work because we are doing our Forged in Fire event. You are welcome to actually come and hang out. Saturday, Sunday, we're doing the actual blade making, and then Sunday evening we're doing the tests, and then on Monday we're doing. I'm gonna smoke the meats overnight on Sunday night, and then Monday we're all gonna do a big hangout, and so yeah.
Just tribe time.
You wouldn't be able to come and hang out and make a knife this weekend or do a workshop or anything like that this weekend, but yeah, like in the future. This weekend's no good, but you're welcome to come hang out.
Absolutely. How are you, Miss Dad? Are you thinking about your design for this weekend? What I would do is stop right about here and bring the smile up flat. Because right now what's happening is you're getting that smile in there.
Yeah, I know, but here's the I'm actually thinking about what if I took this all the way?
Oh yeah, but you don't want to take it all the way. You want to push it back to all the way, because if you take it all the way,
Yeah, no, it'd be
you're gonna
cool.
have a
Totally
fun
for you to
time.
come and hang out. Absolutely. Come and watch for a little bit, either Saturday or Sunday, or even Monday if you wanted to come and hang out and eat some
That
food.
smile grind, that's a tough one, especially with that design. I find that I have a big curve in the blade. It's really easy to get that smile in there.
Woo. Am I in the way? Am I in the way? I'm in the way. Yeah, Jeremy said that he knows he can't come and make one, but
Welcome to come hang out.
you're welcome to come and hang out if he came over on Monday. I mean, if you bring any sort of snacky stuff, like chips or anything like that, something to share, you don't have to do anything crazy. The
You
most
must
of the
appease
meal,
the beast.
as I say, the meal will be mostly provided by me. I will be doing the smoking and the cooking of it and all that, but other than that, he said he feels like he has to contribute. So if he
What's
wanted,
that?
Jeremy was saying he feels like he has to contribute if he comes over on Monday
He can bring
for
tribute.
food.
If he comes on Sunday, he can bring something to kill.
As I say, well,
Wait, that's Dan. Never mind.
yeah, that's Dan. No, no, yeah. If you wanted to come by, just chips or just
He
something.
is volunteering as tribute.
Yeah, no. What can he contribute?
Oh,
Not-
okay. Contribute, not tribute.
He's volunteering as tribute.
Maybe ought to be Eva in your video.
Yeah, no, like just chips or something like that if you felt like it. Something, a side dish or.
Do we have more votes on this?
No, not yet.
So far, it looks like this one's in the lead.
And you're doing them individually, right? You're doing one for the KMZ and one for the KMZ2.
So I haven't determined which one this one's for yet. This one. Or this one. But
I think maybe we'll do a poll. How do you feel about doing a poll on the Facebook, and we'll do it like we won't do it over the. You know what the planning for this is?
I know. More stuff for Kira to do. I just want to get nice fun.
Yeah. I want to. I actually really like this, and I kind of like this only because I feel like you could do.
This reminds me of steampunk almost.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And
And
that
I feel
oak-
like Mom would
yeah.
actually probably have a vote for this as well.
And the oak burl is beautiful. I love that it's actually got all of the holes in it so that the resin fills
And
in
this is
comes through.
honeycomb, but what
Yep.
is this?
I don't know. John does gets a lot of different interesting things that he casts with it, and I love the different textures and colors and things like that.
But I like, the only reason I really like this one is because I feel like if you cut it, you could make
Oh, I can do both of them like that.
And that's what I'm saying. And so the KMC
And then it could be
hybrid
a
and the
set.
KMC, it could be a set, or they could be sold separately. But my vote. Can we put my vote? Can I put 2 votes for this one for both of them? My vote doesn't count. My vote doesn't count. If it comes down to it, and I have to make the decision.
So, 1, 2.
Yeah, 2 votes.
Right.
2 votes.
So 2 votes means 1 for each.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
So this
So
one
is eked out by 1.
and this one are the favorites so far.
Hybrid and acrylic. Nice. I like it. Ooh.
Jeremy says Lennon gets a vote and I get to speak on his behalf. Does that mean my mom gets a vote and I get to speak on her behalf also? Because then 2 more, 4 more for this one.
So this is up and coming. Keep an eye out for more pics on this. This is my riff on Elrond's blade from Lord of the Rings, because we're a Lord of the Rings nerd family and gamers family. But yeah, I'm going to be doing, I've already talked to John about it today from the Muskoka Turner. And we're going to do a Big Leaf Maple Roll Hybrid.
Okay. I just had a moment, guys.
Yep. And we're going to do the resin in the hybrid. It's going to glow blue, like Sting glows with when there's orcs present. So we kind of got like the elven magic going on, along with the natural color of the Big Leaf Maple Burl. To give you an idea of what we're looking for with the Big Leaf Maple Burl, is I'm really liking like all of the lobes and the lines there. Imagine that with like resin that will glow like a light blue when it's charged, and that will be on the handle then. And then we're doing a across the back sheet for it. So that one will be coming up.
Speaking of, you were talking with what was the company? Cinder Rose.
Oh, Cinder Rose Leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met them at the Out of the Barn show we went to, and he's actually a leather worker. So we're going to collaborate. He's going to do a sheath for me that will carry Ranger style across the back for it. It's going to be custom. And I'm super excited about that one. That's swords. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that, so keep an eye out. If any of you are interested, let me know. But we're looking at this one for kind of like a fancy or right there type thing. How we doing there, Brian?
I'm on 400 now.
Oh, nice. That's looking really good. Really good. Yep, I like it. After 800, we'll actually be able to clean up the edges and get it wrapped.
Okay.
How's that looking now, Scott? You want to hire us?
Oh, yeah.
Having trouble?
Oh,
You having a
man.
little trouble with that area though? Can I help you for a sec? Let me grab a pair of gloves. If this is one of those things I learned by trial and error, let me get in there a minute if you would. Okay, so let's see. Right there.
Oh, you're right on the edge, aren't you?
Yep, and what I'm doing is I'm actually focusing on just that little area,
Yeah.
so I can see more of what the movement's like.
Doesn't seem to be taking a lot.
Well, you actually have it turned down quite low, which is not bad from a heat buildup perspective. But it also means that it's going to take longer because it's not taking off that much. Also, the more contact area you have with the belt, the less it's going to show that kind of progress, because you're grinding a wider area.
My favorite thing for the event this weekend is that he is actually not going to be able to do this. He's gonna have to just talk through helping them and not actually physically do the helping part, which he is not great at.
So what we're doing here is some of the designs that we get, because of how they sit, the lower the point drops, the less engagement it gets with the wheel, so the more you have to be careful about how you keep that grind even with everything else. Because this is a stopping point back here, typically that's where people live the most, even when they're not trying to, and so that tends to grind faster. So what we want to do is we want to try and get that little smile area in the middle back to level.
I was just saying how during the event this weekend, you're not going to be able to just be like, can I help you, and take it.
Do you know how difficult that's going to be?
Yeah, I know. And I said it's going to be great to watch him like have to physically or like talk through explaining. And Jeremy goes, so bring the duct tape. I got it. That's painter's tape. That won't do enough damage.
For what? What's he
For
trying-
Dad's mouth. For Dad's mouth.
His mouth?
Yeah. Or his hands.
I resemble that remark. So you can see now the smile here is getting smaller and
Oh,
smaller.
to tie him down. All right, yes, tie him down. Good luck.
Awkward.
Yeah, those will work great.
Who needs
Just
lips?
glue his feet to the floor.
Now we're getting.
Oh yeah. All right. Yep.
Can I one more time? See it?
I like how we're bringing that up.
Let him do his thing.
But
But
What?
stop it. Stop
What?
it and let him.
there you go. So just keep doing that. You should go.
Let him
No,
do
no, 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 no. I don't want to know what's in your Santa Claus second edition.
Jeremy says it looks really good. I can't wait to see it once it's fully etched and what that's gonna look
You
like.
can actually do a touch touch if you want after you're done with that.
How we doing?
My goal is to have etching tonight.
Your goal is to have etching tonight, yeah. Oh yeah, much better. You can see it's much straighter. That's beautiful.
Anytime you turn the window, look at the sign. There's the end. Yeah. And yeah, we're way too low yet. Oh, well, we're going to do it. Yeah. Yeah, but we're going to actually look at them. I just want to get you to the point where your grind line is farther back before we start dialing in to get the edge more zero.
So once I get it to match the other side, change the edge on, change the angle on.
I don't want to change the angle until we get back to
So good. Going over the middle really nice to make sure that that line is nice and straight. And we're gonna go back and check on Brian. See how Brian's doing.
How you doing? Let me grab the oregano. Okay, let's do a quick reveal here.
We're at 800 now.
Ooh, oh, I was not expecting that to be as
I wasn't
smoky.
expecting that to be that
Right?
either.
Yeah.
That was kind of a surprise to me.
Beautiful.
This, yeah, but like
Yeah,
that.
check this out.
And
So
that
there's
is
the-
what, that's what
There's
the,
that greenish.
there
that
we
greenish
go.
gray.
Right? Isn't that beautiful?
That'll come out.
But that is why I love hybrids. So, nice work, man.
That's
Great
what
nice
we're
work.
looking at for probably what the finished handle will look at. Almost what the finished handle will look at.
Got it.
That looks fantastic.
Cool.
It's a great fit for that too. I like the way that it looks like it's two separate pieces. Because I love the idea of like a segmented handle where you have like wood and then a piece and then wood or something. I like the way that it looks separate. It's really cool.
This color right here came out different than what I had.
Yeah.
thought.
So I'd like to
This is really, really cool.
Once you, yeah, and once you get the buffing on that done, it's gonna come out and really bring out that color too.
do a different jig for the
Take it to the other side.
because I just want to, I don't want you to feel like you have to rush with a different finish. Nice. Nice work. That's it.
And we're swinging over to go check on Caden. I feel like every time I come over and check on you, all you are doing is grinding. That's all you do. It's like the welding thing. You just got a big thing for like fiery sparks and...
I just like the hot stuff. That's all I like. This part also takes the longest, especially on the chest pipe.
Bad, Jeremy. It's a family show, Jeremy.
Because black is going to disappear. I want something to, well, I don't know if it disappear. I want it to disappear or match something on there. So white will match. White will match. I might have some white with that. I just don't think it's possible. So the regular grass? Grass. No, I agree.
13.
It's not white black. That's my only hope. Yeah. But that's going to look badass. So white. Yeah. Okay, let's start to try it.
Hey.
So on this Damascus blade that Scott's doing, he's chosen to do this handle set. Check this out. Boom.
I just made a comment about the segmented handles.
Yep.
And then open that up. Okay, so close it. Okay, so tell me about that.
So we
a
got
little
white
bit.
G10 liners with, and John Brent from the Sculpture Tournament actually did this this resin liner, which is a beautiful like fire red marble look. And then the wood is actually stabilized zircote. That's the natural color of the wood. It's beautiful, it's dark. And that's going to go on a Damascus blade that's 416 layer redneck skin. And it's going to be freaking gorgeous. I can't wait to see it. Nice work.
We got less than 15 minutes left.
Okay, all right, cool.
So why don't you tell me one more time about the Forged in Fire event this weekend?
Yeah. So
Bless you.
this Memorial Day weekend, two of my Smiths, Dan Williams and Scott Riley, Scotty Claus.
The winner. The winner right here. Yeah.
They've been training with me for quite a while now, and our Forged in Fire inspired event is kind of like our rite of passage for moving to, like, you know, they've reached a certain level and we're recognizing that. And so we like to do this. We did it for Jamie and Ethan several years ago when they were doing it, father-son. That was a lot of fun. And the idea is that we give them the parameters of the build. They build their signature blades, meeting those parameters. In this case, it's 16 to 18 inches overall length. And they know what tests have to happen, so they can design, intentional design, something we talk about in our workshops, for those tests. And they're going to be starting with a blank piece of steel. They've got a 10-minute design window, then they've got 4 hours to get through the heat treat process. And that involves design, rough profiling, partial edge bevel, grinding, all of that stuff up to the quench. And that's round 1, and that's on Saturday from 1 to 5. Overnight, we'll give them a really good temper so everything is equal when it comes to the final challenges. And then day 2, 1 to 5 on Sunday, we're going to be doing the final grind polish and handles right up through putting the edge on. And immediately following that at 5 o'clock, we will be going to the torture testing, where Wallace and I are going to do our damnedest to break their blades. I mean, test their blades.
I mean, see what the blades will do to other things, not what things will do to their blades.
This is not the one that was tried earlier.
No. He was just a random guy that showed up.
I owed him money.
Yeah.
So anyway, We're going to be going through toughness tests, which are going to involve fire logs that are still green, pounding through things. We saw earlier I was doing the bamboo bundles. We're going to do the kill test, where we're going to be killing some innocent chickens we got from the grocery store, as well as some ribs or roasts, in which my beautiful daughter is going to be smoking them, and we're going to be devouring them the next day, because nothing goes to waste. And then we're going to be doing sharpness test with water bottle cut. We have a series of 10 water bottles, and they're all going to be filled, and we're going to see how many they go through, as well as the pool noodle slash. And then we're just going to relax and have fun, and we hope that you'll join us online to heckle. Stop by if you're in the area to heckle. It's all about the heckling.
Did you say frozen water bottle for Dan and the dog?
I did. It just depends on...
That's, well, Dan wasn't here, so it's only fair that he works at a disadvantage.
I'll prepare Dan. It just depends on the number of zeros. So, yeah, please come join us. We love having your interaction. One of the things I love about the live streams is that we actually get to interact with you, and you get to see what we do and what we love doing. So, that's going to be this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, 1 to 5.
Saturday. I would say Sunday's probably going to run a little bit later.
Well, yeah, it'll be longer
because we'll be doing the testing. But
round 2 ends at 5, and then testing begins at 5.
Yeah. So definitely tune in for that. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll have some people here, and we'll be able to like talk to them, and you'll get to see sort of the same sort of setup that they do for Forged in Fire.
And if you have questions, I'm a firm believer in interrupting people while they're working, especially when there's a timetable.
Oh yeah, no.
And so if you ask questions, we'll repeat those questions to them and make sure they hear them, even if it annoys them, because that's also what I like doing. And yeah, we'll see if we can't raise the stress level a little bit, right?
Yeah. Scott doesn't get stressed out though.
Not against Dan.
No. So how are you preparing yourself for this weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Come on, it's Dan.
You kind of see where the
No preparation necessary.
No, that's fair. I've seen you interact with him in the shop. I think he needs to do more preparation for preparing for you and your tomfoolery than he needs to prepare for.
Tomfoolery?
Yeah, never.
I don't know which type of it.
Never.
You already got your design in mind?
Yeah. So
You already got your
Nope.
I'll figure it out, Dan.
Yeah, they get
Dan's probably got all these already templated out.
That's probably why he's not here today. He's probably home. He's probably home stressing it out, figuring it out, right?
But I gotta beat Scott. I gotta beat Scott. Dan's out at home stressing out right now.
All right, how are we doing? Still over? I have not. Okay, let's seal wool, let's polish it, and we'll get it wrapped.
Okay.
I think we can probably still wrap it today. If you seal wool, I'll polish it for you, okay?
Ow. I'm so clumsy. We got about 5 minutes left.
Okay. Excellent. Well, then we're going to need to wrap up very soon.
Yeah? Oh, Paul.
Hey guys, 5 minutes.
Paul Vitarelli. Paul Villarelli.
Hey, Paul.
Didn't even know.
Good to see you on here, sir. Miss ya. Can't wait to hit you with sticks again. And in our group, that's I like a hug.
Yeah, we have specially made sticks for you to beat other people with. Thanks to Josh. Josh.
You have to make me another set for me out of the rest of that ePay.
Oh, is that because you hate him?
I actually gave the other set to Wallace.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
I'll make sure to tag him.
Absolutely. For all of your turning needs. We're just taking off any high points.
Jeffrey Bosman.
Hey, Jeff. When are you gonna come down? Did you move to Michigan? Or are you still in Arizona? Jeffrey is actually one of our former Gathering of the Tribes members from like way back in the early 2000s.
From like way back, and when you I mean like not too long ago. Not too long ago
Yeah.
when you started.
I'm gonna get you later. But yeah, Jeff is actually one of my old collie buddies.
Oh.
And he actually
So he
was at one of
understands
our-
the stick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was actually at one of our first actual workshops ever that we held at the Gathering of the Tribes. And so he got in on the ground floor back then when we were still hammer forging inside. So that was yeah, it's been a lot of fun. His maker's mark is a turtle.
Oh,
Turtle.
you love turtles. Yes, that duck you did, Scott, there, that worked really well.
Okay, so this is before. And now we're going to do a quick polish and then we're going to wrap it.
I was going to say, I think after that we'll be done.
I have the lid off my box of rags so it doesn't throw it back at me.
I wish we only had the stories on where that's been.
Right? That would be, yeah, the history of it
As
would
far
be
as the
really
blade,
cool.
right? Because
If it gets hot, that'd be awesome.
So you said you found it?
my contractor who built my barn was tearing down another barn that was behind a wall. And he knew I was kind of into knives and things of that nature, so he brought it and gave it to me. This was several years ago. And then it didn't have a handle on it. And now, hooking up with Chuck and everything, I was telling him about it, and we decided we'd throw a handle on it and make it kind of complete again, right, Chuck?
Yeah, you gotcha. And this thing still has some service life in it if we want to use it for that. Check that out.
Oh, man, the grain in that.
Right.
Yeah, that color popped though.
Yeah, it did. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to actually fill it out with a paracord wrap, and then we'll paint it with G-Flex, and that will actually give it a really good durable grip for like use like a machete out in the field or whatever else you need to do.
Or it's faster.
Or drop, yep, you got it. Alright. I think that's really all we need to do for this one. Because we're going to go ahead and wrap it. And we'll do that right after we wrap up the live stream, okay? So yeah, that's great. And I can-
I'm gonna go around real quick. Hey, why don't you just make sure you let that go with the buffing
someone's
wheel?
got back
Can
on
you
it.
just? Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. We're gonna check in with everybody.
Alrighty.
Tell me about what you did.
Grinding and more grinding. Next time you see me, I'll probably be grinding the same blade.
I'll look forward to it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Scott, we're doing our goodbyes. Go ahead and talk some smack to Dan.
He's not here.
I know, but to
How
the
can I stop?
camera.
Oh, is he there?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
He might be.
Well, you know, he's going to need some buckets for his tears and stuff.
And that's what will be quenching your blade in. Dan's tears.
Yes, we'll empty one of those so he can fill it with his tears.
Look forward to it. See you this weekend. Say bye, tribe.
Bye.
All right. And back to you guys. What's going on? You tell me.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually take this and we're going to paracord wrap it very similar to this. Now it's going to fill out the handle, it's going to give it some really good grip retention, and yeah, it's just one of those ways that we can make a handle that might be too small a little bit bigger and make it just as durable.
So how do you feel about it, Brian?
Hey, I love it. You know, we brought something, in my opinion, from way back. We brought some history back to life. It's going to be, if nothing else, it's just going to be, you know, a blade and something that was put back together that's not
Second life.
it's not behind the wall of an old barn,
Yeah.
and you know people can appreciate it and so on and so forth. So yeah, bringing it back to life. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, in this case I would kind of consider it like a phoenix blade in that respect.
Yeah.
You know? Second life. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. I really want you to vote on these so I can know which ones I need to use, and I'll keep you posted when the results come in and show you the progress. But always love hanging out with y'all and trying to shop with my guys and my gals.
One
Hold on.
singular gal, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
I mean, unless you're counting Dan, but Dan's not here.
Dan's not
So.
here, so, but, you know, your mom comes down too. But yeah, so we'll see you guys this weekend hopefully. And until then, stay blazed.
Bye-bye.